Hello my fellow humans and welcome back to Scatter Love Tarot, with your girl coming at you with another pick a card reading. I want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And for anybody that is new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. If you are truly new here, we do things completely different on this channel. I just suggest strapping in, hanging on, and you and I are going to find out together. Today we are doing what do they secretly want to tell you. This could be a romantic interest, someone in your company, a co-worker, a boss, a family member. So take it as it resonates, and we will get further into it. We're going to be using the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Oracle today. Today it will be a shorter reading just because I am on a time constraint right now. This last couple of weeks have been really kind of up in the air for me, but I still want to get you out your scheduled content. So with that, let's hop to the prayer and we'll get this reading underway. Alright, my beloved source, this prayer is for any and all who come on to this reading, whether it's for the entire time or for a moment's time. Today I ask for clarity, for guidance, and for the wisdom that's coming through to help us stay focused on our tasks in our journey ahead. Sometimes we get really stuck on what's going on with other people that have been in our lives, whether that's for good or for bad, and we forget that we have to put ourselves at the forefront of our journey, and that's just a part of us being human. We've been raised to believe that everyone else comes before us, and with readings like these, it's always good to get this information. However, also just that reminder as we go to stay focused on ourselves and to stay focused on our journey so that we can align with our highest good, and so that we can manifest that which we desire in our life at this time. So for anybody that is experiencing any difficulties, may you wrap them in your comfort, your love, and your hope. And for anyone who just needs that pick-me-up, will you remind them of the beautiful blessings and the love that they are surrounded by in this here now here moment. As these words are spoken unto this tribe and unto this reading, so shall they be. Amen. Aho. Ase. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my beloved source. Thank you. And let me go ahead and set that up over here. Move this out of the way. Alright, source. What Wild Unknown Animal Oracle card will help us understand better what it is that they secretly wish to tell my fellow humans? What do they secretly wish to tell my fellow humans, source? What do they secretly wish to tell my fellow humans? What Wild Unknown Animal Oracle will help us better understand what they wish to secretly tell my fellow humans? What do they wish to tell my fellow humans? What do they secretly wish to tell my fellow humans? What do they secretly want to tell them, source? Alright, so for pile number 1, what Wild Unknown Animal Oracle card will help us better understand what they secretly want to tell pile number 1. Thank you. For pile number 2, source, what Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Oracle will help us better understand what they secretly want to tell pile number 2. Thank you. And for pile number 3, source, what Wild Unknown Animal Oracle Spirit card will help us better understand what it is that they secretly want to tell pile number 3. What do they secretly want to tell pile number 3? So, okay, thank you. All right, on the bottom of the deck, we have Crow. I love that Crow's coming out as a collective message because we're seeing that it's like, yes, we want to communicate with you. I also feel like right now there's this energy where it's like, can I send you telepathic communication? Can I send you messages and you receive them in a synchronicity or from the spirit realm? Can Source give you the message that I just don't feel like I am strong enough to give to you at this time? Like, there's just this want and this desire for it to be through some other medium rather than themselves. And so I feel like on a collective level, whoever this is in your life, what they secretly want to tell you is that they don't want to tell you. They want someone else to tell you or something else to tell you because they're too, I feel like they're just too scared right now. They're too scared that you're going to see past their illusions and that you're going to see beyond the mask and that you're going to see into their soul and rip them open at a very core level, and that very much frightens them. And because you might be so spiritually connected, or you have the gift of intuition, the gift of discernment, or because you're just very keen and aware of where people are because you pay attention, it's this energy where it's like they secretly want something else or someone else to convey what it is that they know they need to say to you, but they cannot say to you right now. It says the crow is a spiritually strong, creative, and watchful individual. The crow has long been a symbol of magic. A crow personality is drawn to the supernatural and has a gift for seeing the unseen. Yeah, exactly. Knowing the unknown. It is said that the crow holds within its mind's eye the three realities, past, present, and future. Crow energy is potent and should only be tapped into when the mind is clear. Those with crow tendencies must balance their lives with a healthy diet, joyful friends, and regular self-study. When in balance, you're psychic, strong, and clear. When out of balance, ungrounded and hypersensitive. To bring into balance, daily meditation practice. So yeah, they're seeing just how spiritual you are. They're realizing that there's no pulling one over on you. This could be someone that somewhere along the way, as they were figuring that you would never actually stick with what it was that you were doing, but in turn you've become so spiritually powerful, and through that it has left them realizing that that's just it. They were able to fool you before, but I feel like that saying's coming in: fool me once, shame on you; fool me twice, shame on me. And the whole thing is, you're not going to fool me a second time. Or maybe they did, but now it's like, that's it. You've gotten your chances and you're not going to fool me again, because you're standing so strong in this spiritual power, because you're standing so strong with Source backing you right now. Okay, so for pile number 1, we do have this dice with the first house on it. And again, I rolled these, and this is what came out. And they literally rolled over to the gemstones that they wanted to be on, which was amazing. So we have the first house on this dice. We have this beautiful piece of green aventurine. Okay, we have the 11th house on this dice for pile number 2. We have this beautiful piece of yellow jasper. And for pile number 3, we have this dice with the 5th house on it. And we have this piece of red jasper. So we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And whichever pile you feel drawn to, that should be the one for you. And with that, I will see you on over there. Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome. If you had been drawn to this dice with the first house on it, or if you had been drawn, I can talk. Wow, I got in here and I feel like all discombobulated, so I feel like that has something to do with your reading already. If you were drawn to the green aventurine, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be your reading on what do they secretly want to tell you. I want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of the journey. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and space with you. And for anybody new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. If you are truly new here, we do things completely differently here on this channel, so I suggest strapping in, hanging on, and you and I are going to find out together. And should the message happen to resonate along the way, it would truly mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. With that, let's hop to it. I'm not sure what the discombobulation is that's coming through, but let's see if there's more that comes through. I do feel like you make them stutter when they want to say something to you, but Source, what does this person secretly want to tell pile number 1? What would you like us to know? What would you like pile number 1 to know today, Source? For my fellow humans today, what does this person secretly want to tell pile number 1? Okay, so we've got the 6th house, we've got Aries energy and Uranus. So you guys could be or could have shared the same friend group. You didn't have to, but this could be a friend. Okay, this could be someone that you also work with the 6th house here. You could be a boss here. They could be a boss. Yeah, it's interesting because the 6th house is Virgo energy, but also we have Mercury energy. Even though it's not Mercury coming out here, it's this energy of them having trouble organizing themselves in a way where they can speak clearly to you about how they feel, right? And they're trying to be so perfect in their approach to you that they end up sabotaging themselves. And what they want to tell you is that you are very brave and you are very courageous and you have changed so much in such a short time. Like, you had sudden progression. You were one person yesterday and today you're an entirely different being. And I feel like you've inspired them to make a change on their journey as well. And they appreciate that. But they're still in this energy of trying to collect themselves and trying to get themselves organized and still just struggling with that. You make it seem so easy showing up and being fearless and leading others and helping people, and you make it seem so easy to let life change and not be so attached to the old things. And I feel like for many of you, pile 1, like that was something you had to learn through hardships on your journey, is that, you know, when things changed at one point, it was very difficult for you. But as time wore on, you realize this is just the way it is. So instead of resisting it, you surrendered to it, allowing it to happen. They really wish they could tell you how your ingenuity and your originality is striking and standing out, and they wish that they could be a better friend, a better person in your life, but because they can't tell you how they feel, they know that that's not something that's going to happen unless they get the courage that you have to come towards you and say something. And no, they're not trying to compare themselves to you, but it's like they have nothing else to compare to. And so it's like, if I could just have the courage, like pile number 1, then I could tell pile number 1 how I feel and how they're so different and so unique, and they stand out, and they're setting trends, and they're inspiring and influencing people without even realizing how they're inspiring or influencing people. Interesting. All right, let's see. See what the tarot says. Oh my gosh, if I can pick up my cards. Yeah, I feel like they're just feeling like everything is falling apart. This card fell out. We'll see what it is. Yeah, the star in the reverse. Hopeless. They're feeling hopeless. They can't get things together. They can't articulate what it is that they want to tell you. I feel like they're not even sure exactly how it is that they feel. And they want to say that they care about you and they want to say that they want to be there for you, but how can someone come forward after they've been silent for so long? I hear that Marshmallow song. I found peace in your silence. Can't tell me there's no point in trying. I'm at one. And I've been quiet for too long. Yeah, it's like, I've been quiet for too long. And how can I say something? Like, how can I apologize? How can I just say, hey, like, I care about you? How can I say these things? So, what does this person secretly want to tell pile number one source? Yeah. I just heard frozen in time. So they're replaying the memories together. Okay, I feel like I wasn't going to do a 4-card spread, but if you don't tell, I won't tell. So, you know, we're just going to go with it. On the bottom, yeah, they got the 5 of Cups on the bottom. Coming back to networking, right? So you might share the same friend groups, and maybe you have fallen off from a lot of the friends that the two of you shared, and you're no longer connecting with the same people. But I do feel like they think they can get information from those people, and they're realizing now that they can't. They're realizing that you don't talk to the same people that you used to anymore. Yeah. Okay. A lot of in their heads. A lot of in their heads. All swords cards. Wow. They're in their heads. Like, I kept feeling that Mercury energy was so strong at the beginning. It was just like, I can't say it. That discombobulation coming through, like feeling like I couldn't articulate what I wanted to say in the beginning of the video. Like, their energy is very strong coming in. What do they secretly want to tell you? That they didn't mean to do you dirty. That someone else was playing a role here. And that you moved on without them, and now they feel lost, and they don't feel like it's right for you to feel bad about that or anything, you know, like, that's not why they're trying to tell you this. Like, they're just like, that's how they feel. They're like, I wish that I could tell you you left me behind, but you had to, because I was saying nothing at all. I just imagined that because we shared the same friends, and I imagined that you would always come back. You would always be there. And you're not. And I don't know how to take that now. There was someone who was very cold in my life who was making me feel like I had to be in the box that they created for me. And it created a lot of emotional anxiety for me. And I tried doing things the same way I always did things, expecting things to change. And they didn't change. And you changed. But I didn't. And now I see that. And I see that this is my biggest mistake. And I see that I cannot reach you because I still have healing to do. This whole time, you never stopped healing. You never changed the love that you were giving. You just went on and became a stronger, more grounded individual. And I got left here in my anxiety and my fear and my worry and my upset. And I got stuck with these people who thought that they knew exactly how I should live. And they thought they knew exactly what I should be doing with my life and who I should be talking to and what I should be thinking. And now I understand why you can't come back, because many of the people who are like that are the people that we shared friendships with, or the people that we knew together. Why would you want to come back to that? I want to leave it. With everything I have in my body, I want to leave it. And I don't want you to feel bad. Like, I really get this feeling this person does not want you to feel bad about what they're going through. They're just in this place right now where they're indecisive of how to move forward. And they're feeling like this big pity party about themselves. And they know that it's not your fault. It's almost like I want to tell you so that you can help validate where I'm at. But I also know that if I told you, you would be like, you're the only one that can save yourself. You're the only one that can come in and take care of things for you. I can't do that. And maybe you tried, Pile 1. Maybe you tried to help them. Maybe you tried to be the stability in their lives. And they miss that. They miss having someone who was able to see it all from outside looking in. But this is painful for them, and they're dealing with a lot of humiliation right now because of the situation that they're in. And they want to tell you that it's because of these people that I chose over you. And I'm mad at myself for choosing these people over you. You didn't deserve that. But I was confused. I didn't know right from wrong. I didn't know which way was up. And it's not that I thought I could replace you. It's just I really honestly believed that you would come back because you always did. And now you didn't. And now I'm stuck in the reality of what I chose. And I see how connected you are, and I see how smart and wise you are, and I'm blocked. And I'm rigid in this energy right now. I can't move because of the emotional upset. Because I tried to do things differently, or the same way, and expecting different results. And we all know what that means. But because of this feeling attacked, now they're completely stagnant. And this is what they want to tell you. This is what they secretly want to tell you. They want to know how it is that no matter what, no matter how life showed up for you, because they've seen you overcome some real difficult things. They want to know, how did you persevere? How did you overcome those things? I can't even overcome this situation that I'm in. I'm completely consumed by it. How did you do that? And of course, that's not for you to go and tell them, but that's just what they want to tell you. They want to get clarity. They want to know how you got out of your mind. They want to know how you set yourself free from this feeling. This could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, a Scorpio, an Aries, a Virgo, heavy Aquarius energy and heavy Libra energies coming through. You could have one of those signs highly aspect in your chart. Of course, if not, that's okay. It doesn't mean the message isn't for you. Let's see what else comes through. What do they secretly want to tell? Look, Virgo, yeah, so they could have highly aspect Virgo in their chart. Integrity, reverence, and service. So what they secretly want to tell you is that they see now that you had to go and take care of yourself in your journey. And how you found balance. That's the thing. I feel like where they're unorganized, you're organized. Where their lack of plans, you've had to make plans. And they recognize that now. And I feel like they were so used to listening to everybody around them, where these people were telling them, oh, pile 1 isn't going to amount to anything. Oh, pile 1, they're just filling your head. Oh, pile 1 this. And the reality is that you were trying to prevent them from experiencing the hardships that you went through, but no one could see it that way because everyone else had their own opinions of you, and their opinions of you were based on either jealousy of you or feelings of inadequacy, or they were comparing themselves to you and using that as a backing to what they were telling this person. Yeah, we have Capricorn coming out here. Ambition, realism, and methodical steps. So they want to tell you how they see how hard of a worker you are now. Something that everybody said you were just going to flake out. That maybe that was the reputation that you had among this friend group, was that you were a flake. And I feel like you weren't a flake, but they weren't seeing the reality is that maybe they partied too hard. Maybe they just were doing things that you didn't like to do. Maybe they just weren't very good for you. They were toxic friends. And so it's like, are you really a flake when there's patterns that you don't want to involve yourself in? Right? And sometimes people, they don't want to stop and ask, like, hey, why aren't you hanging out with us anymore? They'd rather sit and blame and judgment than to see and make sure that someone is okay. It's just where society is nowadays. They're not asking like, hey, are you all right? Like, we haven't seen you in a while. Is there something we can do? Like, don't worry, you can trust us. You know, and I feel like that's just it. You couldn't trust them, and you started to realize what the reality of this group was. And that's the thing. This is too little too late from this person, because now they're seeing what you saw all along, and they're feeling completely overwhelmed by it. Let's see what's on the bottom here. Yeah, Ant Spirit. We have time to collaborate. So again, this is giving me that energy that this is a group of people, especially with Uranus and the Five of Cups here, talking about networking. We have time to collaborate. These are individuals that maybe you both thought you would go far in life with, or like coworkers that you all were going to be able to lift each other up and help each other reach the next level. Or this was maybe at school. This was a group of people who you were working with at school and building projects with, right? So whatever it is that resonates with you, but it does feel like this is just a group of friends, and they're realizing like that now you're all on different paths. And you know what's funny? I never noticed this before, but do you see this ant's antennas are an entirely different color than this ant's antennas? I've never noticed that before until right now. That is so crazy. So that's just it. It's noticing the small differences between the two of you and how big of a difference that can be. And isn't it interesting? We got the number 1 card here, and you had the first house on the dice for picking this pile. What else would you like to say, Source? What does this person secretly want to tell pile number 1 and your pile number 1? On the bottom, Virgo. I can't. So this could be a Virgo. Tidy up your life. This is crazy. I'm going to leave this out because we got Virgo twice from 2 different decks. And then Trine underneath that. Things are magically aligning. They're seeing you reach success. They're seeing you have people surrounding you and lifting you up and helping you to get where you need to go. And they're feeling left out. But they're feeling left out knowing that it was because of their own actions. Yeah, I really feel like this person... Oh, yep, here we go. We have the Gossip card coming out. Awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. The Shadow thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. That's what I'm saying. Like, I got this feeling that this is a group of people who've been talking about you. This is a group of people who have been trying to pass on lies and deceive this person for whatever reason. Maybe together the two of you were like, it could have been a romantic interest, but what I heard was like a power couple. And even if it's not, like if you guys were bros or sisters or whatever, you know, like you guys just together would have been so powerful creating something together. Yeah, so we have Lover on the bottom. That is so great. We have great compassion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. Obsessive passion that harms others, self-destructive devotion. Yeah, so this could be a third party situation, or this could be other people wanted this person for their own self and not worrying about the ramifications of their actions, right? They justified their actions because of the way they felt about this specific person. I feel like this person secretly wants to tell you that they now see the truth of this other person. self-doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. Yeah, they're in this place of really big self-doubt, and they're scared. If we're going to be real, like, they're very scared right now. They don't know how they're going to get out of this emotional turmoil. And, you know, it's not for you to carry. That's not your baggage to carry or anything like that. Going with the flow. Interesting. So they're trying to figure out how it is that you've always learned how to flow flawlessly in life. Moth, surrender now. Yeah, so that's what they want. They wish they could come up and tell you, like, hey, how did you surrender? How did you let go? How did you not let all of this get to you? And honestly, Pile 1, I feel like the truth is that it did get to you. But it got to you so much, and you were tired of getting your heart broken, that you chose yourself. Last quarter moon, tie up loose ends. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry you had to deal with individuals like this. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. So that's the thing, like, there's no denying your growth now. And that's the thing, they can't deny how far you've come. They can't deny how much you've healed, how much you purified your soul. And they want to know how you've gotten to where you've gotten to, but they're not, I don't feel like this person's ever going to get the courage to come forward. Yeah, why? Because they're in too much pain right now. Oh my goodness. Let's check out your card. I'm going to read this from the book. The Golden Egg. Whoa. Whoa. So right off the bat, and I don't remember which one, the Cosmic Egg, the Unicorn. This is the Spirit, the Golden Egg. Oh my gosh, this is connected to the Anahata, which is the heart chakra. Oh my Jeebus. Okay. It says, message at the center of the heart, the unstruck sound. Within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Deep within the sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard nor the message discerned until we retreat from the noise of modern day life. The magical essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga nidra or meditation. If you do not yet have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection and contemplation. When the mind begins to settle and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest on your heart, staying open to any response you hear. Engaging with the energy of the golden egg is an advanced practice. It requires becoming intimate with our very essence and comfortable with vulnerability. When a feeling of tenderness or gratitude arises from deep within, know that you are well on your way. Your chest may swell, like you are seeing an old friend that's been away for a long, long time. Listen to the message they've been waiting to tell you. How synchronistic to what we've been talking about too. And just the reading itself. It says the golden egg in the fourth chakra. The subtle essence of the golden egg is nestled deep within the heart center at the fourth chakra. This chakra, called Anahata, is home of the self or soul. By bringing the mind into this center, we discover a portal to the most intimate and luminous space. It is said our inner guide sits there deep in meditation, waiting for us. Anahata translates as the unstruck sound. So that's interesting. And look at this. I know it's not, but look at the symbol. It kind of looks like the Virgo symbol, right? It also kind of looks like the Capricorn symbol, but it's interesting because I feel like that's the thing. Like, they're realizing now that you tapped into your heart chakra and you were always coming from that place of real love, like unconditional love, and they're realizing how precious that was and how precious you are and how much they messed that up by not saying anything. And so I feel like because this has happened, now they want to come forward and they secretly want to tell you that their heart chakra is opening up. But also interesting with the green aventurine, but also that because their heart chakra is opening up, they also know that they don't necessarily have a right to come forward and say anything either. So this is what I see here for you. If you feel like this is your reading, leave the little egg and the Virgo emoji down below and say, by purifying my soul and tapping into my heart, I have healed connections on a spiritual level, knowing they don't need to be physical for that healing to take effect. Because I feel like that's exactly what's happened within this connection. And that's okay, right? You both experience a lot of pain here, and there's no reason to rehash that pain once again. You both have gained some deep wisdom from knowing one another. With that, if it resonated with you, it means so much to me for you to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you are interested in supporting the channel further, make sure you check out the description box. It has everything you need, including how to reach me for a personal reading, as well as how to join as a member here on the channel. I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this very powerful message. And until next time, pile number 1, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this dice with the 11th house on it, if you were drawn to this yellow jasper, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be your reading on what do they secretly want to tell you. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and space with you. And for anybody new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. And should these messages happen to resonate with you along the way, it would truly mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you are new here, we do things completely different on this channel, so I just suggest strapping in, hanging on, and we're going to find out together. So with that, let's go ahead and hop to it. I did want to say that if you did not catch the collective reading, that might hold additional meaning for you, simply because when I got started, I kept getting crow and magic together while I was getting ready for your pile. And that is interesting because the crow card came out for the collective energy, but it might also hold additional meaning to you. So what does this person secretly want to tell pile number 2 source? What would you like us to know today? What do they secretly want to tell my fellow humans, pile 2? What do they secretly want to tell pile number 2? The 10th house, Saturn and Virgo energy. Interesting. I was getting Capricorn too, and now we have the 10th house in Saturn. Wish I had said that, but that's all right. I don't know. I kept getting Capricorn over and over again. This could be someone that you work with, especially with this combination of dice. This could be a coworker. It could be a boss. They secretly want to tell you how hard it's been to watch you struggle. You struggled through quite a bit, and yet somehow you still show up being determined. You still show up being decisive. You still show up having confidence and ambition, and you don't give up, but you have struggled through a lot. They secretly want to tell you how they really believe that you're this very humble, collected person, and how you make such a difference. Like the energy that you bring into work every day helps not only them work better, but it helps everybody around you work better. And it might be something that you don't realize, because I do feel like you are always kind of brooding about what's going on in your life, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. Especially if it's been really hard, it's understandable, right? And I feel like with that, it's just replaying events in your mind and getting stuck in your mind at times. But the thing that really can help you focus is your work and putting, getting your hands busy and staying busy. It helps you take your mind off of things. And they just secretly want to tell you that they know life is hard, but that you're such an inspiration to them because you're still this kind person. And how hard can life really be for someone who shows up and is so organized and put together and plans everything out? You might have a planner that you carry with you everywhere that's color coded too. I'm seeing like different colors on it. They do feel like you're getting a reputation for being this gentle leader. And you could lean heavily into your masculine energy. You could be a masculine. You don't have to be, but you could lean heavily into your masculine energy when you're at work because you need to. Right? It could be a very competitive position. It could be like a lawyer's office, police work, the law industry is what I'm getting here. It could also be that maybe you're a doctor or a nurse, and it's like, yes, we have to be soft and feminine sometimes, but also it's like if we're too feminine, I'm getting this energy of like I might be eaten alive. And so you're taking authority, and they secretly want to tell you that the way you show up helps them focus and overcome difficulties. Now that would make sense with Saturn showing up here, like if you worked in the medical industry as well, like you deal with a lot of hard things each and every day. I do feel like they're also seeing how many obligations that you have, like maybe a family, like you have a lot of responsibilities that you have to take care of. You have a lot of people that you're looking after. Oh, I'm getting, what is that? Hospice. Maybe you're in hospice or something like that. And so this is someone who's just, they want to secretly tell you that you make suffering look easy and that it's inspiring. And I know that's like, really, like that's what they want. But it is. It's just that you make it look easy and that's inspiring to them, especially if they have to go through similar situations as you. It's interesting. I do really feel like this is someone that you work with or someone that you work around. Okay? Like, they also want to secretly tell you that you're doing exactly what it feels like you were meant to be doing. Even if you don't feel that way, it's like, that's how flawless you make what you're doing look. Source, what does this person secretly want to tell pile number 2? What does this person secretly want to tell pile number 2? Excuse me. It's been a long week for me already, and it's just Wednesday. To be fair, though, my week didn't start on Monday. It started last week sometime. Alright, Source. What does this person secretly want to tell pile number 2? Okay, wow. Thank you. What do they secretly want to tell pile number 2, Source? Whoa, too many. Well, let's look at them real quick. We've got the Moon. Okay, so we're looking at secrets. We have the Queen of Cups in the reverse and the Judgment card. Okay, so maybe there's someone here who's very inconsiderate is the word that I'm hearing. Someone that's very inconsiderate that you're dealing with, and yet somehow you still show up in a very calm manner and you still do what's necessary. You still show up in a very calm and generous energy. This could be a family member that you're taking care of. This could be a mother that you're dealing with, or a mother that you're taking care of that's not, you know, like I was getting hospice, but maybe this is, you know, like a live-in mother or a live-in mother-in-law where maybe her health is deteriorating and you're having to care for her. And that's just a huge responsibility that you are dealing with right now. That's really what this feels like with these 3 to come out. I'm going to put them back in the deck. Alright, Source. What does this person secretly want to tell pile number 2? Yeah, okay. And the 2 of Cups. Okay, so this actually could be interesting. This could be a spouse as well with the 2 of Cups coming out here. Yeah. It doesn't have to be. Maybe you work with your spouse. But if it's not, that's okay. It's just that they secretly want to tell you that they love you for all the things that you're doing, for all the things that you overcome, for being able to gracefully deal with hardships and to show up always in this very professional manner. Like, it doesn't matter if someone is screaming at you, you're still very consistent with your professionalism. If someone is berating you, you're still consistent with your professionalism. Like, you are showing up like a gem. And whether you know it or not, like, when people try to make you feel bad, because you're always consistent with the way you show up, you end up making them feel as bad as they wanted to make you feel. But it's never intentional, right? It's not like you're going out of your way to do it. You're just realizing, like, I have to maintain here and stay consistent with the way I show up. Otherwise, maybe you could lose your job, or, you know, like, maybe you work in hospitality. That's coming through as well. Okay, we've got the 9 of coins in the reverse. And yeah, okay. Somehow, you always make difficult situations seem like just an option. You are always so articulate and clear about the way that you say things. And when people come, and if they're berating you or judging you, or if they're making your life a living HE double hockey stick, whatever it is, it's like you're able to take it and turn it around and give it back to them. It's like killing them with kindness, right? And they love that. Like, they absolutely love that about you. How you're very independent and your ambition is next level. This could be a partner that you have in life too, or like a personal alliance. Yeah, I feel like there's someone here who's very sloppy with their practical affairs, and they're losing connections with others, and they're losing contact with others, and they're not capable of really developing those deep interpersonal relationships. And I feel like this is someone that you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. Now, that could be because of, say, a disability, or that could be because of a medical issue, something along those lines. Like, I feel like for you, it's one of those things, this is something I simply have to attend to, but you still make it seem like it's just an option. Like, you're always moving forward, even though maybe if this was like a diagnosis coming in, of course there's hesitation there, of course there's a stop there, because it's like, okay, our lives are about to change. So whoever this is, they secretly want to tell you how you have made things so much better because you never gave up, no matter how hard this has been. And you're this very neutral, freeing energy, and that makes them feel at ease, and that makes them feel good. This could be even the person that is dealing with the medical issue themselves, or is the person that you're having to take care of, right? And that could be strange too, because maybe this person isn't very nice. But also, I feel like it's, you know, like, I'm hearing dementia or Alzheimer's coming in. So it's like, whatever it is that the diagnosis is, it's like that plays a huge part in the way that this person shows up. And that might be why they can't physically tell you how they feel, because it's just, they don't have the ability to anymore. That's a very clear message here. And if it's not, this is someone that you work with that is just stunned and shocked at the way you keep showing up every day and dealing with hard people. Yeah, okay, so we've got Cancer energy coming through. Nurture, comfort, and protection. Yeah, you're just a very kind and compassionate person. No matter how people show up, like, people could rip you a new one and you would still find a way to gracefully bow out and leave this person wondering why they ever said what they said to you. And my grandma always, she would do these little tally marks on the wall. She's like, well, you got 5 and they're at 0. And we would always laugh so hard about it. But that's what I'm seeing right now. It's like this person's like, well, pile 2, they just did a 10-pointer there. And this other person is at -30. And it's just, and you're never doing it with maliciousness. Like, you're not coming in with the intent of hurting people. You're coming in with the intent of enlightening people or helping them see that how they're showing up is, it's not that it's erroneous, it's just erroneous. Yeah, it's not that it's erroneous, it's just that it's gonna be met with someone who has a knack for understanding the hurt of where this person's coming from and shining that light back onto them, right? So you could be someone that naturally triggers people, but also in turn, like, they're triggering, if they're trying to project that onto you, you're like a reflective mirror where you turn that projection right back onto them at no expended energy of your own. On the bottom, yeah, house 2. Physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth. So they secretly want to tell you that they're inspired by how you feel about yourself as well. Again, that energy of being magic. You're magical. Yeah, look at this. Sometimes life stings with wasp spirit. Okay, there's just been a lot of difficulties around you, and yet somehow you have shown up and somehow you dealt with them face to face, head on, and you didn't let it get you down. North Node. Wow, okay. Embrace your true purpose. Yeah, I just feel like what they secretly want to tell you is that you inspire them because this is exactly what you meant to do. You being your most authentic self is your true purpose, and you shine that part of you out into the world. It's like, even when life gets hard. And you're not the person that, like, you know, they always say that the people with the most problems smile the biggest, laugh the loudest. And so you might have a beautiful smile, and you might have a very contagious laugh. And I feel like that's something that really inspires them as well. Victim. Yeah, prevent you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. The shadow is playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, the inability to maintain personal boundaries. This is it. You're stepping into this light. You're no longer letting yourself be victimized. You're no longer victimizing others. Like, you've set that boundary with yourself and you said, look, this is where it ends. And it's helping. Oh, look, I got it stuck in between my fingers like that, and Alchemist came out underneath that. Transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. Misuse of power and knowledge that come through spiritual practice. So this is how you've alchemized your life, is by standing up and being courageous and bold and taking life on, like, not letting it get you down anymore. It's like, I can sit over here and be the victim all day, but that doesn't change anything. Health. Look at this. I cannot make this up. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. This is confirmation that some of you could work in the health industry, healthcare, or that there's someone here whose health has declined that you're taking care of. Like, look, we've got judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. So again, showing that there's people here that have really thrown harsh judgment towards your way. But yet, here you are showing up like an angel of grace. And it makes them feel like however they wanted you to feel, they get that served to them on a silver platter. It literally reflects off of you. And so that's what this person secretly wants to say. They don't know if you know that or not, but they watch it happen regularly and they're like, whoa. Like, pile 2, you're incredible. On the bottom, yeah, your energy is next level. You're a very powerful individual. You have definitely gone through a lot of awakening processes. You're a very enlightened being. And this lifetime has really just been about you honoring your authentic self. And it's like whatever comes from that comes from that. Just more or less, you're learning how to vocalize yourself in a way that maybe you didn't know how to when you were younger. And it is serving you. The more that you honor that part of yourself, it's serving you to the best and most possible highest good within yourself. And I feel like these individual, whoever this is just watching that multiply. Yeah. Wow, we've got magic works through you with the scarab beetle. Right? That you're magical. Wow, that was so awesome. Thank you, Source. Cusp. Break on through, baby. Yeah, you're not letting anything hold you down. You're not letting anything hold you back. Addict. Helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. The shadows compromises integrity and honesty and allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. Maybe you had problems with addiction in the past, or with this coming out with the health, like maybe you work in a recovery or rehabilitation center, okay? So you deal with a lot of hardships. You hear a lot of hard stories, I feel like, and yet somehow, some way, you're helping people heal by being that mirror projected back onto them. So it's like, that would make sense too here if this is resonating with someone. If, you worked in a rehabilitation center, they're going to say anything and everything so that they can get their next high or hit or drink or whatever it is, right? Because the feeling they get from that is so overwhelming. And so sometimes they're really, really sweet, and sometimes they're really, really sour. And I feel like you've learned how to take that and magnify that back. Like even if you're really sweet, or if they're really sweet to you, like you're still really sweet to them. But whatever the intention is behind it, that's what these people are feeling. So even if you don't work in that, that's exactly the type of energy that you have. And that's what this person secretly wants to tell you. Like they watch as you magnetize that energy and you magnify it back to them. Pain. Yeah, a lot of pain here. A lot of struggle, a lot of strife. And surrender. But you've learned how to overcome it by surrendering to the process. Wow, this is an incredible reading. Let's see what this card says. We're going to read this from the book. The Lamb. Oh my gosh. So this is like Lion and the Lamb energy. It's like the preciousness, the innocence. It's like no matter how hard life gets, you're still this beautiful, innocent person. And that's what they want to secretly tell you. How much you inspire them by still staying in that innocence. Let's see what Lamb says. Deer, elk, lamb. Look, peaceful, prophetic, and patient. Wow. You're the prophet. The lamb is the bearer of an important message. I cannot make this up. Can we please? Thank you so much, Source. Its contents can only be heard when a deep level of quiet has been established. Lamb energy is the honest guidance you hear from an old friend, a young child, or sometimes a surprising stranger. Though the lamb's message may channel through another person, the wisdom resonates within you. It will repeat and reverberate until you listen. Approach this gentle creature with the utmost patience and reverence. Truth is a gift. Sit still listen, and receive. When in balance, you have a knowingness and an inner peace. When out of balance, you tend to be quiet, timid, or concerned. To bring into balance is to meditate and to listen. And it's on page number 77 in the book. Wow. I love that. That's exactly, it's just like, no matter how hard life gets, you're this humble, generous, loving, kind, compassionate person. And that's what they want to secretly, they want to tell you secretly. And it's like, well, why don't they tell me that? There could be any number of reasons as to why they don't tell you that. Maybe it's unprofessional. Maybe they don't feel like they have a right. You know, maybe it's a coworker or it's a boss, and it's like they don't want to show favoritism. You know, there's any number of reasons as to why someone wouldn't be able to say that. But underneath it all, this is exactly how they're feeling, and it's very powerful, and your energy definitely shows through. So I love this for you. This is what I see here for you, pile number 2. If you felt like this was your reading, is there a little lamb emoji? If there's a little lamb emoji, put that down below and say, I inspire and I change people's lives through my innocence and by using my experience as a mirror to them in this journey. And if it resonated, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you are interested in supporting the channel further, check out the description box. It has everything you need, including how to reach me for a personal reading, as well as how to join as a member here on the channel. And with that, I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this incredibly powerful message. I'm truly honored to have gotten to connect with you in this way. And until next time, pile number 2, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this dice with the 5th house on it, if you were drawn to this beautiful piece of red jasper, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be a reading on what do they secretly want to say to you or tell you. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And for anybody that's new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. And if you are truly new here, we do things a lot differently here on this channel. So I just suggest that you strap in, hang on, and you and I are going to find out together. Should the messages happen to resonate along the way, it would truly mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And with that being said, let's hop to it. But first, I did have a channel message. So while I was getting prepared for your pile, I kept hearing something that you've written or what you write is inspiring to them, or what you write impacts them on a deep emotional level, or it impacts them at a soul level as well. So there's something here that you've written this person that, and maybe you're an author, you could be a blogger or something like that. It's like, but I do feel like there's something that you've written and it has really greatly impacted this person on a deep level. And I feel like whatever it is, that might be what this reading's pertaining to, but it doesn't have to be. But I just kept getting that before we started, so I wanted to mention that before we got into the reading. So let's see what else comes out. So source, for pile number 3, what does this person secretly want to tell my fellow humans of pile number 3? Source, what does this person secretly want to tell pile number 3? What would you like us to know today? What messages do you have coming through? What would this person secretly like to tell pile number 3? Okay, so we've got the 8th house, we've got the moon, and we've got Capricorn energy. So interesting. Definitely a deep feeling for you here, but it is hidden. Especially with the 8th house coming through. Like, there's a lot of hidden emotions here. This could be a masculine. You could be a masculine. Again, take it as it resonates. But this is someone who has a lot of secret feelings for you. A lot of secrets. Oh, it's like, whew, it's a really, really, really kind of overwhelming, if I'm being honest. But it's like they want to tell you, but they also are very scared here to tell you. I feel like this person is trying to control some aspect of this connection by not telling you how they feel. And, you know, don't take it like they're trying to control you. I feel like this person's literally thinking, if I don't tell pile number 3, then I can control my actions. I can control how I'm feeling. But oftentimes what we resist persists, and it turns into a really big issue later on down the line. This could be someone that you work with, or this could be someone that you live near. This could be someone that you see on a regular basis. Maybe you told this person how you felt about them. Or maybe you had to give them some sort of letter or like a get well card or something like that. Or maybe what you do is you are a columnist, or you write something and they wanted to support you from a distance, and you leave them speechless every time they read whatever it is that you write. I just heard they see you as the yin to their yang. And then I just heard someone else, if that's the truth, why don't they come forward? You know, if we understood that in this life with how many masculines and feminines are out there that don't come forward when they actually have feelings for one another, whew, we would not have the problems we have, would we? No, indeedy Bob. They do want to secretly tell you that you're incredibly persistent and that you're intelligent, and that right now, yeah, they just really want to control something here. They want to control the outcome, or they want to control the dynamic. Yeah, and with the 8th house, this is something that's very secretive for them. They want to be in charge, or... Okay. Interesting. They want to be in charge, or they want to hold the power, because they feel like if they tell how they feel, like they're letting go of vital power in the dynamic, which is so... That's such a weird belief that some people have. Are you okay, Zoe? It looks cloudy outside, but I don't think it's going to rain. Alright, let's find out with the tarot. Alright, Source, what would this person secretly want to tell pile number 3? To move on? Okay. That you'll have better luck if you move on, because they're in a place of being really stuck in their anxiety. Whoa. They got a lot of responsibilities. There's maybe somebody in their life that's overbearing and hurtful, and that they're trying to deal with right now. Or they have prior commitments. Okay. What does this person secretly want to tell pile number 3? Yeah. It's interesting because I feel like they are believing that your justice will come when you choose to move on, but because they don't want you to believe that they're doing anything nefarious with your feelings. Like, they don't want you to feel like they're tricking you, but they're just so unsure right now. They're unsure where they're at. Alright, let's see what comes through. You're the one that has a choice. They don't. Okay. What do they secretly want to tell pile number 3? Okay, once come out that way. Source, what do they secretly want to tell pile number 3? Whoa, yeah, the 10 of Swords. What do they secretly want to tell pile number 3? They're emotionally exhausted. There's a lot of detriment here. They're emotionally tapped out. Like, maybe, and so I feel like maybe you told this person how you felt, or like you have written about how you feel about them. Maybe on social media. You didn't have to necessarily send it to them. It could have been like a read between the lines kind of situation too. But I feel like this person just secretly wants to tell you, like, they're so emotionally tapped out and they're so emotionally exhausted, like they can't possibly give you what it is that you want, even though they like you, even though they care about you deeply. But they're just in this very disconnected place right now. The shadow is winning is what I'm hearing. On the bottom, we have the Strength card. Interesting. Yeah, they secretly want to tell you that you're stronger than they could ever hope to be. Yeah, and that you would just have a much better time if you chose to move on from them. Right? And I feel like the symbol here stands where she's looking at herself and he's looking up. It's like he's still looking for guidance, and it's like you're looking yourself in the mirror. This is like an older version of you. And there's different stories to this character here, but that's just one of them here. And it's like this interesting energy where you're maybe not hearing things clearly while they're looking for clarity. And so that's what they feel like here. It's like you're not hearing what it is that I'm telling you, or you're not hearing what it is that I have to say. And maybe they, you know, for them to say that when they want to secretly tell you something, like, well, I'm not a mind reader, you know, like maybe they've just given you very subtle clues, or maybe if it's been on social media, they've responded with something that's also been a read between the lines, and maybe because of your feelings, you were unable to really observe that or take that in, which is understandable. Absolutely understandable. Yeah, the 6 of Swords. The reason they don't want to say anything is they don't want to rock the boat. They don't want things to fall apart. Like, they don't want you to have an emotional meltdown because they don't love you. They don't want to have an emotional meltdown because they do love you. And, you know, like all these things, like they just really do care about you, but they're holding it in for all they're worth right now because they feel like you'd be better off without them. You've done so much work on yourself. And it's interesting because yours had the 5th house, right? So it's all about dating, love, and romance, and, you know, new romance. And also, like, the inner child and leadership and ego. And so I feel like the emotional ego is definitely playing a part here. Yeah, they want to secretly tell you that you're the one that has the power and the courage to face challenges, and they're a coward. They run away from anything that's difficult. They cannot put forward their best foot. There's just not a way for them to do that. Like, you're so creative in the way that you go towards what it is that you desire. And you're willing to take risks, and you have total control over yourself. And pile 3, you might be saying like, no, that's not true, but that's how this person feels. That's what they're feeling inside, is like you have complete control over yourself, and they're losing control, and they want to have the control that you have, and they don't. And so they're trying to control the situation right now because of how they feel. So right now they're stuck in this emotional preoccupation. What am I trying to say? They're stuck in this emotional preoccupation within themselves. Their heartbreak, their hurt, their pain, their overwhelm. And so they're pushing away anybody who's trying to come in to help, including you. And I feel like you're just trying to be a good friend, or you're just trying to be a good person and be in their lives, like being consistent, but they're just having a hard time right now because they don't feel like they're on the same level as you, and they want to secretly tell you that, but also they know that they are not going to. Like, they know there's no day where they're going to be like, hey, pile 3, guess what? This is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm going through, because they just don't have that courage within them. So they're accepting their limitations. It's almost like they've resigned to the situation. And now they're completely immobile. And this is emotional defeat and emotional exhaustion that they're experiencing, because they feel like no matter what they do, they're going to get it from every which side. They're either going to get it from you, or they're going to get it from other people. And I feel like they're dealing with someone else. Like, it's not just you that they're dealing with other people too. And I feel like there's a lot of demands that are being made on them, and they want to secretly tell you that those demands are making them feel even more disconnected, and even more like they have to control the process, and even more like they have to stay grounded in their nose. And they're just feeling like completely disoriented here. But they do care about you. But right now, they're just not in a place where they can tell you. This is someone who turns and tucks tail at the sight of a challenge, and they see that no matter what, you stand up and you face the challenges that are presented to you. You choose. You make the decision to do that. This is just not someone who's capable of doing that right now. It's not that they won't ever be capable of it. They're just in this place right now where they're unable to do that. Unable to. We have Capricorn, ambition, realism, and methodical steps. Capricorn energy again. So this could be a Capricorn. You could be a Capricorn. This could be an Aquarius, Gemini, Sagittarius, or Leo. We have Cancer energy, and we have Scorpio energy as well. Yeah, it really just feels like this person is unsure of themselves, and they're unsure of what to do. And they feel like you're just so grounded, and so they secretly want to tell you that they wish that they felt the way that you did. They wish that they could present themselves the way that you did. This card wants to come out too. You got 2 of these cards. Yeah, we've got the Bee Spirit. Sweet results await. And then we've got Buffalo with the abundant universe will provide. So they secretly want to tell you that they want a happy ending with you. And they feel like if it's meant to be, it will be. But they're still running away. Like fate works in our favor when we choose to show up, right? It's not, it'll just fall into our laps. But I feel like they're coming from this place of like, oh, it'll just fall into my lap. Like, I won't have to tell pile 3 anything because it'll just fall into my lap. On the bottom, yeah, open to the infinite possibility. Yeah, they see you as someone who's incredibly abundant. What do they secretly want to say to pile number 3, source? Okay, I think this one wants to come out here. Trine, things are magically aligning. They secretly want to tell you that there's no way they can be as abundant as you are. Like, you're on a different level than they are, and there's no way they can ever meet up or match up with that. And I don't feel like you're using that as something to hold over their head, but they're just doing that. They're holding that over their own heads. You know, they have low self-esteem, and they don't feel good about themselves. And when you don't feel good about yourself, it's hard for you to see someone who's good for you, right? What else, source? Okay. Wow, that's a grip of cards there. Okay, well, I'll take them. Yes, okay, that's what I'm saying. There's something here you wrote. Yes, scribe. Preserving knowledge and information, altering facts, and plagiarizing others' work. Right? So there's some sort of knowledge or information that you gave to them. And they just feel, they themselves feel like they're not worthy. And so they want to tell you that they feel like a fraud because you care about them so much. Interesting. You're getting a lot of oracles. On the bottom, gratitude. I'm thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. Yeah, you're coming from a very high vibration. Whoa, yeah, I don't know why there's so many cards coming out for you. I guess we have disruption, sweetness, and growth. Sweet results await. Okay, this is what they want to tell you. You are so kind, lovable, sweet, and amazing, and you're constantly growing. You've disrupted everything about their lives. You made everything stop. And all they can think about is you. And they do the best that they can to distract themselves from you. And sometimes even in the process of hurting you. And what they're trying to do is to, again, going back to that sense of control, they're trying to get back to what they had before you came in. But you're also forcing them to grow. And so that's what they want to tell you. We have creativity. Yeah, you're very creative in the way that you approach them. I feel like you never do the same thing twice. You always have this person guessing. They're always on their toes, like, oh, what's pile 3 going to do today? The 4th house, cultural and family roots, home, peace, and comfort. So you bring a sense of peace into their lives, but you also bring a sense of chaos at the same time. Lion, oh my gosh, be generous of spirit. Yeah, you're so generous. Look, and we have the number 10 card, and then we have 37 here, which is 10. So we have 10 and 10. So this could be someone that you work with. It doesn't have to be. But also that you're in your path of purpose, which also makes you shine even brighter. Lunar eclipse, out with the old. I don't want to let go of the old. The old me was comfortable being in an uncomfortable place, and I don't want to let go of the old. Don Juan, spotlights your positive seductive qualities. Using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. This is the type of energy that they've been in for a long time. They've been in player type energy for a while, and you're this very seductive energy for them, and they couldn't imagine just taking advantage of that to fulfill this. And that's what they want to tell you, like, I don't want to come towards you this way because I don't want to just use you and abuse you and leave, because you deserve so much better than that. So it's easier for me to control the situation by saying no right now. Mystic. Reveals an intimate union with the divine. Delusional rapport with the divine. Yeah, okay, so you're very mystical to them. You're very connected. You're very psychic. Also, if you did not catch the collective energy reading at the beginning, that might have additional meanings for you. We have a storyteller. I can't with the writing. Maybe you're an author. So we have the ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. And that also ties in with mystic. Maybe you're a tarot card reader, and maybe you teach people how to read tarot. We have shadow attributes, making up tales that harm others, okay? Maybe you are someone that is able to use storytelling as a way to help enlighten others as well. That seems very specific. Imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Again, creativity. You're someone who's incredibly creative. I feel like you leave this person speechless all the time. That's why they're unable to say anything, but this person also wants to secretly tell you, like, I'm a coward. I run away from anything that presents any sort of difficulty or demands my growth. Trust. I accept my inner voice will always guide me correctly. See, and that's the other thing, and they want to secretly tell you, like, you're capable of trusting in the unknown, and I'm not. I'm not okay with potentials and possibilities. Like, I have to know the outcome. Otherwise, I will not pursue it at all. Okay, so let's take a look at this card. I'm going to read this from the book. The Lizard. Yeah, you are next level. You're psychic, or you have a very keen intuition, or again, the gift of divination. You are very, very connected to source, very spiritual, and this person is aware of that, and that's something they want to tell you. Like, they want to secretly tell you that there's no way that I can approach you because you're never gonna let me be in that player energy that I'm so used to being in, because you see me to the core of who I am. You see me at the base of my soul, and I don't like that. That's uncomfortable because it means that I can't wear this mask that I've gotten so used to wearing with everybody, that I've gotten so used to just, this is who I am now. I can't be that person with you, and I don't like that. They just don't like it. And so, and they do believe that you deserve better, yes. But ultimately, they want you to get better, but they also want you to leave them alone because, you're going to intuitively know what's best for you. I'm not telling you to leave them alone. That's not what this is. They just want you to leave them alone because you scare the living daylights out of them. We have intellectual, sensitive to the subtle, and a dreamer. The lizard is an expert in the realm of sensory perception, as if it has a sixth sense. The lizard hears what is yet to be spoken, and sees what is yet to manifest. Although this is an amazing gift, it can easily wear the lizard down. Big crowds, lots of travel, or overstimulation will drain a lizard of their magical essence. This card is an indication to pull back from the bright lights and the big city and return to your inner artist who's been whispering your name. When in balance, you're artistic, telepathic, and spiritual. When out of balance, you're elusive, non-committal, and flaking. Look, to bring into balance a creative project. I cannot make this up. Creativity is written all over this reading, and this person wants to tell you how creative you are because they've been overwhelmed by your creativity, but this person also wants to secretly tell you to leave them alone because they're not ready to make a change. But again, you have your own journey to attend to, and if your own journey is intuitively telling you to continue to connect with this person, that's right for you. And regardless of where they're at, again, we're not mind readers here. A friend of mine and I were saying, use your words, right? You have to use your words. You can't expect anybody to know what it is that you're thinking, even if you do have telepathic gift. Like, at the end of the day, that's not as common as everyone would like to think that it is. And it does come out, yes, but we're in the realm of we need to communicate with each other, right? We need to open our mouth and speak the words so that people know how we feel. And so don't take it personal that this person wants you to leave, because again, this person is showing their truth. Like, they're just a coward. They're a coward, and they're just like, I can't tell pile number 3 that I'm a coward, and I can't even tell pile number 3 how I feel because I don't even know what to say. I just don't feel like this person could articulate what it is that they want to say to you anyways. And so they still, if you write something online, like say you write on social media or whatever, it's like they go and they read everything that you post on social media. So this person, well, they're like, I just wish that they'd leave me alone. They don't leave you alone. So now, again, it's like this person is just, they've got a lot of healing to do. They just have a lot of healing to do. They're just very much in their shadow right now, and that's okay. That's just where their journey is at. And regardless, you've definitely made a huge impact on this person. And I do feel like ultimately, even if they can't feel that right now, it has been for the good. Because it's forcing them out of their comfort zone. And that's healing for everybody, right? Alright, so this is what I see here for you. If you feel like this is your reading, is there a lizard emoji down below? If there's not a lizard emoji, leave the lion emoji down below and say, by believing and trusting in my own inner gifts and in my divine power, I naturally help others begin to see, recognize, and understand their internal divine powers, even if it's uncomfortable. And if it resonated, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you're interested in supporting the channel further, everything you need is in the description box, including how to reach me for a personal reading, as well as how to join as a member here on the channel. And with that being said, I want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this incredible message. I was truly honored to connect with you in this way. Oh, also, really quick, if you watched all 3 piles, leave a purple heart down below. That's for my Purple Heart Club. For those of you that spent the whole reading with me, I know what that means. It never changes. That will always be for those of you that choose to spend pile 1, 2, and 3 with me, okay? Awesome. So thank you, pile number 3, for letting me connect with you in this way. It was truly an honor. I am so blessed to have you here. And until next time, stay human. Bye.